What's up, motherfuckers? Been a while since I did a video. I'm gonna go ahead and do one on something that happened to me last night. I've kind of gotten away from the repo news side of the channel, and I want to kind of change that by slowly dipping back into it. This isn't the a repo story, but it happened to me while I was out repoing, so I figured it'd be a good little story to tell. So last night I'm out working and I had to travel super far. I had to go all the way down to Washington, Indiana, and I'm from Indianapolis, so it's about a 2.5 hour trip. Anyway, I got down there and I got what I was looking for. Turned around and started heading back, and as I was coming back, for personal reasons, I tried to avoid the town of Martinsville, and basically I try to avoid stopping there for just about anything. There's just certain people I don't want to run into. I have an aunt that lives down that way. So as I'm coming up, I'm like, oh man, I gotta take a leak. So as I come into Martinsville, the first gas station I come to, I catch the red light there by it, so I turn off, go into the gas station, and as I'm walking up, I see right through the window, and I can see the out of order sign on the restroom. So almost immediately just turned right back around, got back in my truck, and started to leave. And right as I was turning back out onto the highway, I heard this loud crash, and it sounds like it's coming from my left, but my window's down, and it was actually coming from my right, and it just so happened I could hear the sound from my left. And I look around for a minute, I don't see anything, so I'm finally like, okay, you know what? There's factories and shit around here. It's nothing. Soon as I turn right, I can see smoke and what looks like was just a pretty bad car accident. I start driving up there to it. And I mean, I'm only, gosh, a quarter mile away. And as I'm getting closer, I can see that it is two semis that have collided. I have always been the kind of person that, without much hesitation or without much thought, I kind of run to help if I feel like if I'm needed. And this situation was no different. I parked my truck. I went through the intersection, and the light was green. I went through the intersection that the accident had happened in, activated my beacon lights, parked on the side of the road, and I went running. And I get over there, and there's a woman standing right beside. There's one truck that's just in really bad shape, and then there's another truck that it's not so bad. And there's a woman standing next to the one that's pretty bad, and she says he's trapped. As I'm running up, she says he's trapped in there. And I said, is he okay? And she goes, I don't think so. Well, I ran up to where the driver's door should have been, and I start to climb up into the wreck. And when I say this truck was bad off, I'm saying this truck was destroyed. I mean, he hit the back of another semi doing about 50 miles an hour. And as soon as I start to climb up onto the wreck, I hear him moaning. And I immediately start trying to talk to him. Buddy, are you okay? He says, no, I'm hurt real bad. And I said, can you feel your legs? And he says, yeah, I can feel my legs. And I said, can you feel your arms? And he said, I can feel my arms. And I said, can you move? And he says, no, I'm stuck. And I said, well, buddy, you were just in a really bad wreck, and there are police here on scene, because they were showing up right as I was getting there. I said, but the paramedics aren't here yet, so you're gonna have to just bear with us, and you're gonna be in there for a minute, but help is on the way. And he just lets out just this terrible just moan. I mean, it's just horrible sounds, and he's just begging, pleading with us, get me out of here. Get me out of here. I don't want to be in here anymore. I'm hurt. I finally get up on, to where I can look down, and I remember telling myself, if you see him and he's real bad, don't try not to let him see your reaction. And when I looked down in the window of that truck, I just saw so like all I could see was pretty much his face, pretty much from about the upper half of his torso up, and there's just blood everywhere. There's just blood everywhere, and I don't think he sees me, but I see him, and I'm trying to reassure him. I'm trying to, keep him calm, and finally, I jump back down, and at this time, there's 2 other sheriff's deputies. They were either Martinsville City cops or sheriff's Monroe County deputies. I'm not sure. Anyway, I told them, I said, from what I can see, he's bleeding really bad. He's stuck. They saw everything. They heard everything that I was saying, so they knew the situation. And as we're sitting there talking, he's just steady, just begging for help. And I finally, I looked at the one cop and I said, if you guys don't need me anymore, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I just straight told him I couldn't stand there another minute. I couldn't bear the sound of him. I couldn't take it. And I remember I told those cops, like, I don't know how you guys do this. Like, oh my God, like, my instinct was to run over and help. But once you get there, it's hard. I mean, to see a grown man in that kind of way, and to hear him and not be able to do anything. And a lot of people that I've told the story to, they say, well, even if you could have done something, you might have made it worse. You really need to leave those people just be until. And I get all that, and I understand all that, but it's still just it was a shaking experience, that is for sure. And that got me thinking. I drive tons every day. I mean, all the time. I mean, people are gonna give me shit because I'm recording a video while I'm driving, as it is. But these roads out here, man, they're dangerous. And I got to thinking, repoing. People talk about that all the time. When they find out that I'm a repo guy, isn't that dangerous? Or aren't you scared something's gonna happen? And I'm very confident I'm more likely to get hurt in a car accident on the way to the repo than I am to actually get hurt at the repo. So anyway, I wanted to share that little story. To sum it up, I could take, after a few hours, I finally called down to Martinsville, the police dispatch, and he did survive, and he had to be lifelined to one of the hospitals up here in Indianapolis, but he is alive, and he is expected to make a full recovery. So that's good news. But yeah, well, if y'all liked this, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, well, I don't know why you're still listening then. But thank y'all for listening. Peace.